Warning, sarcastic commentary, spontaneous references, and random theories ahead. Watch at your own risk. Hello everybody, this is Discombobulate Gamer, and welcome back to part 2 of Doki Doki Literature Club, which is apparently a horror game disguised as a dating simulation. So far we haven't seen anything remotely creepy other than this guy seems to be a little bit of a jerk, but what can you say? So we're going to jump back into this. If you haven't seen the first episode, you might want to go back and see it. But we're going to jump into this. We are trying to woo... I'm trying to woo Sayori, who is our character's childhood best friend, who totally has a crush on him. But how we woo these girls is by writing them poems. And I am not a good poet. And I have no idea if my poem spoke more to Sayori or if it was more geared towards Natsuki, because they tend to like a lot of the same things. But let's jump into this. This is Miss Monica, who is the class president and who our character apparently has a crush on, but we can't actually pursue her. So I'm guessing she must have a boyfriend or something. But let's get into this and see. Hi again, Aiden. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Aiden. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys! Aiden always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. What kind of a relationship do we have? How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good... Oh, sorry. That's not the right voice. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Aiden can become good friends too! We are solidly in the friends... see, I don't get it, because Sayori sometimes it seems like she totally has a crush on us, and then we get comments like that, so I think... I don't know if we're in the friend zone or not. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh! Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy! It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal of it if you don't want it to be. All right. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Yuri seems okay. I mean, I think she definitely has a crush on us, but I think almost all of the girls here do. But she seems nice. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man, looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slump down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature-related by myself like this? I don't know, maybe read? There we go. I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. Oh, poor me. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica, because that's a really good thing to do. Just listen in on your people, like on people's conversations. They probably. Oh, that was not the right voice. Excuse me. We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we came up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? I'm sorry, my voice is going to be gone thanks to Sayori. And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. Well, how would you know, dude? You intentionally said you'd, space out during her conversations in the last episode. Huh. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? Free food is always the answer, Monica. It's always the answer. At school events, it's always the answer. What kind? Well, I guess we could. Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. Ah, you're right! Natsuki makes the best cupcakes! That works out perfectly! That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy! Sayori is just adorable. She's amazing. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Oh! I jumped a little bit at that. Wah! I opened my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry! Wait! Actually, I'm not sorry at all! It's your fault for sleeping like that! This isn't the napping club! Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know? You'll need to get used to it! But my anime, it's amazing and important! And I mean, okay, let me clarify. I'm joking about anime, but I do enjoy anime myself, so I can't say a whole lot. Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on! At least give me the benefit of the doubt! I can't even do that, because I'm a jerk. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Eh? Sayori glances around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around over here. Huh? I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Ooh, that's kind of creepy. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger. This is gonna be bad. This is not, I don't like how this is going. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. But I have no problem embarrassing. Oh, I didn't even read the next part. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. He's really a jerk. I agree with Sayori on this. Hey, you meanie! You don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think you don't have a... Oh! I like the name Aiden, but now I'm really regretting giving him the name Aiden because I like it. This guy is not likable. Can like all the girls like kill the main character? That would be amazing. It's really bad. You know I don't like a character when I'm like trying to plot ways for them to die. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? That's super mean! Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom? Really? Really? Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Oh, this is uncomfortable. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. Yes, it's weird. This borders on some creepy stuff. Eh? Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful! The button might come off. I'm not gonna read this, because I'm pretty sure I know. Yeah. Nope, I'm just gonna... It did when I bought it. I think I know why she's smiling. Yep. Don't say that out loud. As I mentioned before, this is potentially awkward. This is a dating simulator. Even though if any of you are in a relationship like this, get out. This is not a good relationship to be in. Anyway, you look much better now, so... Why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy! It's not worth it at all! Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Good for her. Phew! That's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So, if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because she, for some weird reason, has a crush on you. Because... if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. Yes. Yes, he wouldn't. And that's a good thing. Like, I mean, like, this guy is bordering on creepy. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Eh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. Aw, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Monica suddenly calls out, "Why don't we share the poems we wrote now?"
Yay! Aiden, I can't wait to read yours!
Yeah, same. I fail to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration, since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait!
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Ooh, can we read our poem? Who should I show my poem to first? Let's show it to Sayori. She's our girl. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing with Sayori first. She's my good friend, after all. And definitely not anything more than good friends.
Oh my goodness! This is so good, Aiden!
Eh?
I love it! I had no idea you were such a good writer!
Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either.
Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Oh my... Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it?
Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know. So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's an Aiden poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it.
Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori.
I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Aiden. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do.
Except he's totally not doing it for somebody else. He's doing it solely for himself. I really don't like the protagonist. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Exactly. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this club means to her and all.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that.
Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
That's a really cute poem. I like it. That's really cute. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? I wouldn't have assumed that. Like, it's a really good poem. I really like the last line, and I'm not being sarcastic. Like, I like how she goes, I want breakfast. Like, it really captures the feeling of waking up in the morning.
No! Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah, I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs toast!
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast.
I'm with you, Sayori. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun! Monica's the best!
Yeah.
But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Alright. So, Monica's like the girl like he wants, but is not gonna get, so let's try him. Her. Blech, her. I can't get my pronouns right today.
Hi, Aiden.
Having a good time so far? Yeah.
Good, glad to hear it.
By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Sorry, I was gonna make a joke there and I lost the joke. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. That's relatable, I can understand that. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, Aiden. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like.
Good. Okay, so we actually did, I was assuming based on all the interaction that we did get Sayori, but I'm hoping, like, we turn around and improve ourselves for our best friend. Is that so?
You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had these sort of things in common.
Oh, well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different.
Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem.
You sure you're not reading into it too much?
I could be.
Oh man, I sound like Yuri.
But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too?
So I feel like that's a hint, so we can pick some sad things for her too. Yeah, that's totally unexpected.
Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kind of style, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ha 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 ha.
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now?
Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's just because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it then.
Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I'm blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of that meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. Huh.
Sorry, I'm trying to read this and figure out if there's like a reason behind this. So, there's a hole. I wonder if it's an actual hole in the wall. But anyways, she sees someone. I think maybe she's saying in her literature club, she was in her little literature club and she didn't pay attention. And then she started looking out and maybe she noticed us. And then he was looking into the literature club like he was considering joining it. I don't know. That's what I'm going to go with.
So, what do you think?
It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style's gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I am madly in love with you.
No, I'm projecting. Not projecting, that's not the right word, because I'm not madly in love with this character because he's a jerk, but I have a feeling that all of these girls are in love with the main character because it's a freaking dating simulator. Anyways, I guess that you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, let's go with Natsuki. I like these. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. You tell him, Natsuki. So, basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Oh, rip into him, please. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyways, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. I like that one. I know I said that about every single poem so far. I like that one a lot because it's like, I don't do very well with poetry. Yeah, some of my friends have written poems before and they've sent them to me and I've had to read them. Like, I've read them and I have completely missed the whole point of the poem. And like, they'll basically just spell it out completely and I won't get it at all until somebody says, you know, this is about blah, blah, blah. I'm really, really bad at poetry. So I like this kind of poetry because it makes sense to me and it's not too complicated, but like the meaning is still very easy to like, it's like, you can get what she's saying in this poem and it's really impactful. So I liked Sayori's, I liked hers a lot. Monica's, I'm not sure what she was saying, and I have a hunch that Yuri's is probably going to be a little complicated. Yeah, I told you that you weren't going to like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I would... Oh, sorry. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you doing great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. I totally agree with Natsuki. I like her poetry style. So you did. I guess more went into this than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I guess you learned. I'm glad you learned something. It kind of looks like she's got little fangs. Natsuki's a vampire. That's what's going on here. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, Yuri, let's see if we can decipher your poem. Yuri stares at the poem for a really long time. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading it. Oh. So sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying?
Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think that the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you some valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though.
Biased? How?
Never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
That is a gorgeous poem, but I'm going to be honest, I have zero ideas what this is about. I think it's about feeling like you're not in the right time. Like, a lot of times I feel like I'm a lot older than I am, or like I'm from a different generation, even though I'm not. So I think it's about not feeling like you're really where you should be in time. I don't know if that's really what it is or not, but I don't know. It's pretty, but I'm not getting a deeper message out of it.
I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
No, you don't. What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Ah. Well, I just don't read the script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
Eh? That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Aiden.
Really? I must have totally missed the point. You and me both, bud.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying.
I'm counting on you.
Okay. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone was judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language?
Eh? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
Huh. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Aiden did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon. Unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Aiden liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up, and the music stopped.
Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Aiden appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Yikes.
I don't... I know I'm a girl, but this is the kind of female interaction I don't like. Can't we just try to get along? Why do we always have to be competing over guys? Like, so far I like all of these characters, but I just want them all to be friends, please.
Huh. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay?
Well, you know what?
I'm skipping that. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you!
I don't like fighting, guys! Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Hayden, she's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in trying to make your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Aiden.
Wait! There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Aiden? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Oh, man. So, of course, that's gonna be... I think I'm gonna go Natsuki, because I did like her poem a lot. Like, I can understand her thought process, at least. I like really big words. I like really beautiful words. I write... In my spare time, I like to write prose. And so, I can understand writing beautiful writing, but I suck at poetry, so I think I'm gonna have to go with Natsuki on there. Plus, I feel like Yuri gets a lot more support, maybe, than Natsuki does, because Natsuki is really insecure. And if you, Yuri knows that she doesn't like to be called cute, and I think that was really harsh. And I could go help me Sayori, but I feel like that's just a cop-out. Yuri, you're really talented. Well... But Natsuki also has a point. I think that... I rack my brain in an attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feeling with few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader's imagination take over. And Natsuki's poem did a really good job at just that.
Yeah! It did, didn't it? Heh! Shows you how much you know!
That's not... Natsuki, I think that's enough.
Huh? Me? But she was so mean to me.
Natsuki's voice whines. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing's a really personal thing. And sharing it can definitely be hard. It looks like we learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so you don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Natsuki's voice gets caught in surprise. Thanks for noticing. She finally mutters that, barely audible. Yuri? Huh? Yuri looks at me dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said, so you don't have to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so. Hey! It's not like you need to apologize for me, Aiden. Sheesh. Natsuki takes a breath. The thing about, you... Natsuki glanced around the room. Would everyone stop staring at me? Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. Sayori and Monica look away. Anyway, the thing about your... I didn't mean it, okay? That's all. Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact without anyone.
Yeah! You're naturally beautiful, Yuri!
Sayori? I'll go make some tea.
I was just trying to help.
I'm sure she appreciated it, Sayori. Poor Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that, everyone's read each other's poem, right? I hope that it was worthwhile for everyone. Especially you, Aiden. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from the lazing around we got a little too used to. Haha. So my joining the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere. No, not at all, not at all. There's still time before we go home, so we'll all relax for a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-related things in the club room, so maybe you can take the chance to pick up a book or do some writing. After all, that's what the club is for.
I disagree, Monica.
About what?
That's not the most important thing about the literature club. The most important thing is having fun.
Of course. Well, I guess that's why you're the vice president, Sayori. In the end, though, Monica's right. Being in the literature club probably means I can't spend all my time doing nothing. But in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far. Aww. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Aiden, how about you? Yeah, I'd have to say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination.
Aiden! Ready to walk home?
She's so adorable. Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've ever seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you.
Phew! You know what, Aiden? It's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone likes you too.
That's...
Every day is going to be so much fun!
It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. I really don't like him.
Okay!
Yeah, let's do this. Okay. So, let's write a poem, and then we're gonna call it quits there. Okay. I think she said, clumsy? Daydream, maybe? Yep, okay. Alright, so they also said sad for her, too. I'm gonna do... Let's try sadness? Okay. Special? Okay. Let's do sweet. Okay. I want to try Alone. I feel like that could be her. Okay. Twirl. Nope. Adventure. I feel like she's a fireworks girl. Yep. Nature? Okay. I'm really curious who's Cage. Oh, rats. Alright. Sorry, Yuri. Joy. Vivid. Oh, no. Ocean. Yikes. Happiness? Okay. Pure. Oh, no. I should remember this from last time, but I don't. Sing. Okay. And then laugh. And then I think holiday. Yep, okay. Color? Okay, good. Alright, so I'm gonna end it here for now. I know that this was a longer episode, but I just didn't feel like there was a good spot to really end it sooner than this. I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is a really cute game so far. I really haven't seen much creepiness other than just kind of like our character is really dislikable. And that's kind of unusual for this kind of game from what I know. I haven't played a whole lot of dating simulations, but I'm really excited, especially to get into some of the creepier stuff. But I hope you guys are enjoying it too. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on this game so far. Let me know if you guys have noticed anything creepy that I've just missed so far. But please don't leave any spoilers. I'm going to try my best not to see any spoilers about this game. Also, make sure you hit subscribe so that way you don't miss the next episode. It should be coming out soon. I hope you guys are having a lovely day, and I'll talk to you later.